very good morning and welcome to the program. The Voice is coming to you live on Politics and Business TV right here in the nation's capital, Abuja. My name is Medina Azaki. Like we always say, the political drama is on and new episodes are coming up. Today we'll be looking at one of the episodes. But before that, let me welcome my one-man team in the house. Baba CK.
The only man that's a team.
One man team. One man square.
When one man becomes a team. Yeah, that team is serious.
It's serious. It's solid.
Solid. All right, thank you very much. Good morning. A very warm morning this morning, our viewers. And once again, this is the Voices, where we voice issues.
Yes. And issues that shape our lives.
Yes.
And also shape the polity.
Both scripted, the ones you cannot see in the books, the ones you happening around you are not sensitive to
it. on the Voices, we teach you how to be sensitive to your environment.
Yes, even to your immediate happenings around you.
Yes.
And that makes you intelligent, because some of this, like I always say, the difference between you and the author is observation and sensitivity. You only observed what you did not observe and was sensitive to what you were not sensitive. And put it in a book and you are clapping.
Or put it into a play.
And you are clapping
and shouting. Meanwhile, you would have been more sensitive.
You just that you were careless and only you're not interested. But he just looked at it and add flesh one or two language to it, sentences, and made it a book. And you are buying it.
And you're even applauding him and seeing him as a hero somehow. Is that not why the political class kind of, feast, if I will say, on our negligence, our insensitivity? Because an average politician is very sensitive. He's extremely careful. He's very meticulous in terms of how he manipulates you and all of that.
An average politician understands different human behaviors. He knows the one that is a liar. He knows one that is loyal. In fact, an average politician is a psychologist. He knows. He attributes the human beings to animals. The chicken, for example, you throw the corn, they come. So they know. They understand human behavior, every aspect of human behavior.
Even the local one that has not gone to
above all, yes. They even feast above all on our selfishness. So the divide and rule system is an offshoot of selfishness. So they see it and they say, okay, this one will be the one to tell me what is happening behind me. So
and this particular one can be blunt.
And this one can be blunt. No, I will put this one here. And I'll put this one here to play this. So I call it puppetry relationship. Puppets. You are useful for a particular reason. You are useful for a particular reason. You are useful for a particular reason. But you are all my friends. And I'm for nobody. And I'm for everybody.
And he will manipulate everybody to.
That is their strongest tool.
Yeah.
And one of their strongest tool is giving.
Okay.
A politician is not a helper. He's a giver. They are
not all give these days. And that is why some of them lose. When that element of giving is
not even advisable, because giving doesn't last. It's temporal. Giving has an aim. You give to get. But a helper doesn't give to help. A helper establishes and allows you to go.
Okay. So, like we said, one of the episode, during the, one-time President Gowan, who is 92 years, on Tuesday, during his book launch, his biography, another drama came up. Now, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, made a revelation. In that revelation, he said so many things, but people ask, why do you have to make a revelation at a book launch, at somebody's biography? The man is 92 years. He has lived it. He walked through Nigeria. Nigeria didn't
That's 19th of May?
No, the book was 17th.
No,
17th. Was it 19th? 19th of May.
Yes.
That's when he launched the book. So I presume that's his birthday.
Yes.
19th of May. This is a man who has given everything. His life, his career, his experience, everything to this country. He has seen it all. And that day was for him to relax and tell the story of what went, the happenings, the event that shaped this country. But our VP came there and threw the bombshell. And he also used it to talk about his own story, what affected him when he became the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
His journey so far.
His journey so far, and what happened that we didn't know. But let's watch this video if the video is ready, and then we can take it up from there. And we'll be asking the question, at what point the people, the politician, begin to manipulate events to their own favor. That's what happened.
Suspicion smears our relationships, and it ought not to be. We are essentially one people tied to a common destiny. And lastly, permit me to pay tribute to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on a similar episode. When we were campaigning for him to emerge as the aspirant of the APC, we are going round the north. We the people of Borno, unlike the Sokoto people, we are the best dressed northerners. So I got some Wagambali materials and caps for him to blend with the northern crowd. So it fitted him very well. So his aides were saying, please produce more from the president. Just barely 3 months, and to the eternal credit of the president, when I came back from China, while I represented him at the Bells and Roads Initiative conference, he said, sit down. Your people came to me and said, I should stop wearing those braces you gave me. But he said their story did not add up. Because when you gave me those braces, I was an aspirant. I wasn't the candidate. Neither were you the vice presidential candidate. For 1 week, to prove to them that he is not pettish, he wore those braces. These are some of the gimmicks that is taking place in power cycles in Nigeria nowadays. I want to thank you. Baba, Mona Alpari Dake, we are very, very proud of you. Keep on building bridges, and may you live long. May we witness your 100th birthday and 120th birthday celebration. Long live the Republic of Nigeria. Long live. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, keep on building bridges, keep on doing the good work. A man at 92, he built the bridges before he was 92. I don't know if he has the energy to build bridges now, but that is a Yakubu Gowon book launch, and he was being celebrated across board. Many of those who sat in that hall talked about the lasting legacy he left on them and their families. Everybody there had a story to tell. But that is not our focus. Our focus is the vice president. Why do you have to choose this event to do publicity, PR, public relations for your boss?
Damage control.
Than before he became the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So it means it happened during the campaigns.
And then 3 months into it's been sworn in.
No, he said then they were just aspirants. They were not even vice president and the president. So why saying it up 3 years later?
Okay, I should explain in my own understanding.
Yes.
And looking at the import of that statement, first of all, I want to say that this rumor, this information, or this statement rather made by the Vice President, Alhaji Shettima, has been ongoing in the air.
Okay.
It has saturated the air at some point as a rumor. I will not come here and play the ignorant man that I don't know. I've heard it. But coming out now shows that it's no longer a rumor. It actually happened. That there was this allegation, and it goes to show like this allegation about him attempting to assassinate the president, and he becomes the president. Some critics also argue that that was the reason why the president became more dramatic during the campaigns, and we saw the bala blue and the falling down and all whatnot. And after swearing in as president, the bala blue is not there. He's eloquent and he's speaking clear and audible. Now, why did he choose this occasion? For me, it's better late than never. At least he has come to clear the air. That actually, because we've been over, even from the time of Buhari, we noticed that there is this lack of cohesion between, in fact, even Obasanjo at some point in Atiku. The second term.
I think that was the most tense one. We
Yes.
didn't experience that during Buhari. Because
Yeah,
I think
Osinbajo
and Buhari had the most pleasant relationship.
Not as pleasant, not at some point, not. After Osinbajo, who else? Okay, Namadi Sambo and Jonathan, we didn't hear much about that. Buhari and Osinbajo.
We didn't even hear anything.
We didn't hear, but there was some silence. The cabals also, because at some point, when Buhari took off for 58 days for medical trip, Osinbajo had to let go the DSS
And
director.
because he was an acting president.
Yes, and
so he had the powers to do
no,
it.
but the cabal also, when Buhari came, drew the line. Drew the line. I followed that event very well. The cabals drew the line. They carried and
But Buhari, anytime he's traveling, he allowed the vice president to act.
no, constitutionally he should.
Yes, but unlike this one, they don't
No,
even
I'm
allow
telling
him
you,
to act.
but it was not as. What I'm trying to say that it was not as bad as this.
Yes.
What happened in Buhari's time was not the making of Buhari. It was the making of the cabal. But this one, his own
So there is
kings,
not also the making of the cabal here too.
his kingsmen, his own village
People followed him to the villa.
and told him, I said, now, what I want to say, in as much as I respect him as the vice president, but when there are testimonies, when they come from a particular quarter, it can be adjudged seemingly to be true.
But my problem is, why choose somebody's biography? You had 1,000,001 events that happened in the last 3 years.
The year is winding, political year calendar is winding down.
Yeah, okay. So is he looking for sympathy?
Both.
Or is he looking for
Looking at the
publicity?
speech, let's analyze the speech.
Okay.
First of all, he said, from the way he started his first two statements, I think if you can play it again, let me hear, and you could see that he more or less wailing, a kind of allegedly complaining,
Lamenting.
lamenting,
He said some of the gimmicks in the
Yes.
corridors, yeah.
lamenting because obviously he has not enjoyed a very smooth relationship with the president throughout these 4 years now. He has not. Let's be very truthful to ourselves. At some point, the house was built for him to stay.
Away from the villa.
Yes,
And we did hear that there's so many cameras in that
He
house
refused.
monitoring every move that
he
he
refused.
makes.
We heard that he didn't even live in that house, and that there was an alleged bugging of cameras in the house. Now, this distrust, that statement,
Even though he dismissed it,
yes,
it really happened.
it happened. Somebody planted a seed of discord by way of advice. And like I always wanted to say something, in as much I am not comfortable with him saying it here, but better late than never. That statement that advice coming from his kingsmen naturally should be believed by anybody. If my wife comes to tell you I am like this, I am like that, or my kingsman that knows me from when I was born, how I grew, not the one that knew me from Lagos, around me, it is expected to be believed. So I will not blame anybody or the president or whoever around it. If the president in his own, mercy refuse to believe, people around him will say, "Okay, don't take such words lightly," because there's a place, it's saying in my place that every information or rumor he puts at the last finger. Don't throw it away completely. I do that a lot. I practice it as a person. If I hear you are like this, I may not, and this information has a way of sending your direction. Information directs the mind. So when somebody tells you Ken is a criminal, and all of a sudden you have not been seeing that criminality, you start seeing it.
Because you have now conditioned your mind.
Yes, and your mind will not start tracking.
For the criminality.
Yes, and you start seeing it. So who knows?
But again, he said he's thanking the president that because the president is not fetish. So the president didn't believe.
The president said, to prove to you that I'm not fetish.
So that he wore those clothes. But like you rightly observed, for him to be crying now, it means there was a frosty relationship. Even if the president
said something else and acted
something else. And he's the only one that understood what happened there, because so many stories of him being caged, of him not allowed to do. I mean, for the first time in Nigeria history, this is the most quiet, almost irrelevant, relegated to the background. I mean, let's say it as it is. There was no impact coming. People will say he only knows how to come and speak English. For some people, they say, well, you're only looking forward to see a VP that comes to an occasion and speak good grammar with no any kind of.
But then again, let's come to this fact of why is this idea? How did we get there? Where this idea of, and it's becoming stronger now. When the president kill the president and let me become. It's not a modern political calculation, so to say. It's not really loud,
but it's a silent.
Yes,
a silent debate.
How did we get there?
But
why would somebody be thinking of killing another person
just for him to become the president? Is it that it has been happening? We don't know.
We don't know. But we have had also rumors of when a president have good blueprints to fix. Yes, we have the likes of Burkina Faso. Of course. So it was attempted. $5 million was given to his ADC.
There is ADC, not a VP. It doesn't even have a VP.
Yes. ADC is adjudged to be the life wire
of the president.
The ADC determines who sees the president or not. Ready to come? The president is awake. He's the first to know. Even before the president's wife. And in some instance. And he was given $5 million to
do the job.
And he said, sir, I can't. But what? And today he's a hero. So you can see we've had rumors in the past where, I don't want to call the name of the president, where the particular president tried to fix Nigeria, Murtala Mohammed, and
some things happened.
Some foreign concerns were like, no. So you can see that the political degradation, the economic degradation of Nigeria
started from there.
Has stayed.
Not today. But let us come back to the politics itself, because he said gimmicks in the corridors of power. Because you said something yesterday. You said for people to pick a vice president, they need to pick a vice president that is almost a mumu, not somebody of a strong character, a lesser devil, not somebody with the same political cloud. And that is why across states we see deputy governors.
Nobody knows the deputy governor.
Even me, I don't even know my own. I mean, if they ask me to name 5 deputy governors, I will fail woefully.
Yeah, I will say 5. If you bring aptitude test and say, I will give you an American visa. Just name 2 deputy governors, I don't know.
And so, if that is, what you said, according to personality traits.
Yes.
And these politicians are very, very...
The power arrangement.
So it means with a statement coming from a VP that day, it means they will still go back to the drawing board to look for lesser evil. To say, I don't want anybody that will even have an imagination. Can
I even come out and speak like this?
But again, that's one.
He's a Virgo.
Okay, the VP is a Virgo.
Yes, the Virgos are fearless. They are. They are fearless. Very politically sound, very intelligent people. They never forget. No matter how long, they have the brain of the elephant.
Okay. Brain of the elephant.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The elephant will never forget what happened to him 50 years after.
Now, for some people, again, who watch this, the same political strategists who are watching him right now will say, maybe there's some kind of rumor underground of him being replaced. And so he's trying
That's another rumor again.
Yes, that's another rumor again. And then they'll be like, okay, he's trying to, get some kind of sympathy and tell the world that in case I'm replaced.
This is why.
This is why. This is what happened. This is what they said I did, which I didn't do.
That could be it as well.
So he's moving a step ahead.
He's being proactive in a way. Diplomatically,
so that the hammer doesn't come down.
However, when it comes to power play, and for looking at the personality of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is not just a seasoned politician, but a mafia.
And he never uses deputies twice.
He's a mafia.
As a governor.
And for those who understand the principles of power play, I do. Forget that I'm a journalist. I do. Because I was in SUG. I was in NANS. I've been in political space in my small space, even at the estate level. In fact, I'm a player in my game space. I play real politics. You don't give one of the rules. You don't give second chance.
Okay, you don't give a second.
No. When you see a snake at the baby age, kill. before it becomes a python. I practice it. I don't give second chance. If you do me something once, no second chance. I'll forgive you, but I'll let you go. That's the mafia people. The second chance. That is why you see when the mafians want to kill, they kill the firstborn. Even God killed the Israelites at the mercy and killed the firstborn of all the Pharaoh of Egypt. It's a mafia, and mafias took that principle because there's every belief, and you even see these bandits, they do it to avoid revenge. Mafias do it. They believe that their boy will grow up, and when he's been told that the family of the Claracuzos killed my father, for those who have watched the last Dawn.
Okay, yes, the last Dawn. Now,
they'll come back for you.
To the village people, kingsmen, who come to rubbish their own. I mean, I don't know why somebody will go to that level. You know, it's normal.
That's how it is.
Okay, it's normal.
The enemies are not far. Enemies are never far.
Okay, they're very close.
No. The word go from time immemorial till now. Enemies are never far. The other duty they get that word. Now who know man, I ain't the duty. I ain't the killer. What have you not thought about that?
Of course I did. Now, same to this same status, same back to what I said earlier, rumor of being replaced. We understood during an APC function in Gombe.
Yes.
While they were the stakeholders in that, we saw another drama there, just to confirm what he said. The drama is this: people were they drummed support for the president's second term, but they never mentioned the vice president there. And then the governor of Borno State, his own governor, got angry. And there was so much commotion in that hall. In fact, chairs were being thrown here and there. And the anger is, why are you not measuring? Why didn't you mention the name of the VP? Are you trying to tell us here and now that you are replacing our VP? So they also sent a message from that, event to those who are scheming.
In line with the statement.
In line with the statement. So even if the VP is telling us that the president didn't believe it, the body language was different. The scenarios that happened after that were different. He also didn't tell us the truth.
No, let's leave it about truth. There's no truth anywhere.
There's no truth.
Not to talk of
He's
politics.
Also being
not to talk of politics. We have high deposit of lies.
High deposit. High deposit of lies.
Of course, now politics is the bane of lies. Now, that is the fabric that forms politics and drives politics. Lies managed diplomatically, like white lies. Let me use the word white lies. You are neither there or there. Say do what I do, and don't do what I say. And that goes to the advice I always give to people. I am one person who practices that. If you know me very well, I never believe anything you tell me. Even as my MD, I look at the moment you tell me something, I look at your body language. Where I get my judgment about people, and people wonder how I get to get. It's your body language. Because they've told us that action speaks
louder than voice.
People don't pay attention to body language, facial intelligence, emotional intelligence. People don't do that. And you want to survive in a wicked world like this? No way. At some point, something will tell me, don't go to this joint and sit down. Even when I'm going to sit down in a mix of men, from 1 meter, half meter away, I already seen if I'm going to be welcomed in a miss or not. And the next thing I will do, hi, I move out. You should constantly practice it. Don't joke with it.
Body language, emotional intelligence.
Don't play with it.
Okay. So, but for some people, the VP also stirred another conversation altogether. How do we begin to have VPs that are going to be effective? Because what he said is a game plan of making VPs irrelevant, where some people just concoct lies to make their VPs irrelevant. But
as a sort of fear of the
unknown. But how do we make the vice president or deputy governors effective, irrespective of the character trait of that person?
Very simple. First and foremost, how we make that happen is first of all, when we vote the right leaders. Let's begin to get those who we voted for.
Because if I'm doing the right thing as a leader, and I have a VP that is a very, very effective, that makes my work much easier. I shouldn't take all the shine
That's what I'm
I
telling
should
you.
be able to say, look, I'm traveling out, take hold on and go.
I am trying to address it from the roots. You are addressing it from the surface. When people who were not voted by the people who were rigged into power get into power, this is the kind of thing we see.
Okay, so it all boils down to the transparency of the process.
Thank you from the INEC and the rest of them. I have told people before, one of the major catalysts for change and development is happiness. The reason why you see develop is because they like their leader. If I like you the way I like you as my MD, that is why I can make sure things work for you. Not because I want to earn salary.
And go away.
Here you have it. If you are smart and sensitive, you see it. It's everywhere. It's in every where there are 8 people. 8 is the number of, 7 to perfection. When you see 7 people gather, you will see these traits. Those who came to eat, they are there. Even Jesus had it. 5,000 came to chop bread and fish. 12 followed vision. 3 understood kitchen cabinet. So it's the same thing with the organization. People should understand these things until we start voting leaders that we love. The way people loved Muhammadu Buhari, that's why they voted for him. They tried to make things work for him, but unfortunately.
But it's still far better than what we have today.
Let's vote. I'm telling you. Have you seen where results are being announced and everywhere is quiet? Nobody's. You don't need to be told that the person that won that election doesn't have the love of the people.
It's just unfortunate that he had to win.
I am telling you, next election, if people vote a particular candidate that they love and he wins, you will see display on the road. People will get drunk and fall. People will cry. When Alex Oti won in Abia State, I'm giving as an example, you need to be told.
Okay, as we wrap up on
that is one. Then before we wrap up, the second reason is because that transcends to all these things.
Okay.
The second reason is the vice president and the presidential election should not be done based on party affiliations and party decisions. No. Okay, the way we arrive at our vice presidential ticket in Nigeria is transactional.
It's one ticket now.
You gave me more votes.
Or you gave me more money.
Not whether you can deliver. The vice president and the presidential election should not be done based on party affiliations and party decisions. No. Okay, the way we arrive at our vice presidential ticket in Nigeria is transactional.
It's one ticket now.
You gave me more votes.
Or you gave me more money.
Not whether you can deliver. The only person that took...
But voting is all about politics. Politics is all about voting.
Yeah, but Baban Obasanjo just proved us wrong. Took Atiku and made him economic, not because he gave him vote. And Atiku did well as an head of economic team. So what are we talking about? Is there no Nigerians are quick to forget? I don't forget. I followed all these things. So I know them. I never knew one that would be doing political analysis, but I've been following politics. And there's this raw truth we don't take. Another thing again is self-deceit. Too many lies with too many our Nigerian politics is not bad, but the level of political lies in our political space is too much. Shameless. We don't even tell truth to our children.
On this, the celebrant himself who sat down there and started listening to all of that. What do you think will be running through his mind? This is my biography, my autobiography. Listening to all of that. What do you think will be running through his mind? This is biography.
Why using my stage?
92 years of age. And then they have another former president in the name of General Abdulsalam Abubakar. Two former heads of state there. They have big emirs there. We have the Sultan of Sokoto there. We have the emir of Kano, Sanusi there. And many other dignitaries. What exactly will be running through the man who people attended, who the show is centered around?
Two things. One, is he trying to cow me into appealing to the president? To
on his behalf.
On his behalf?
To allow him a second term. Okay.
That's one. So that's the first one, I think so.
Okay.
Because that's the best place to cry to the fathers to talk to.
Okay. Since they are fathers of Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Two, he might not also bother because at 92,
He has seen so much.
You have seen it all. What is there? He just sees everybody as his children, including the current president. So he sees it as normal. Because he's a man that has been president even at a very tender age of 32. I'm also that it's almost my birthday mate.
Okay.
So I will believe his stories. Because one thing I know about Taros, we don't see black.
And call it white.
No. We have our frailties, we have our weaknesses. The one thing you cannot take away from a Taros. If a Taros is here and something happens and you call him as a witness, if you like be his mother and his friend, he will say it the way he saw it.
Okay.
He doesn't care how you feel.
All right. Maybe some of the time we'll come and talk about the man himself, and some of the lessons that this generation needs to learn from him. And we also saw a man at 92 who is still very...
Reading without glasses.
Reading without glasses, who is mentally alert, even though he works with a stick, which is understandable because he needed a balance. But we saw him very hale and hearty. And that tells you that he lived a good life. Or he's living a good life. Devoid of lies and manipulation.
Contentment.
And he's contented.
That is one thing that you see, people who don't believe personality.
All right, welcome back. The conversation still continued behind the scene. So back to the focus of today. Now, a governor somewhere in the southeast. He was one time the governor of the central bank. So he understands how the figures worked. And now he's a two-time governor of Anambra State. I'm talking about the professor turned governor. And today he's fighting tradition, culture, and civilization to stand still. And now the question will be, why is a professor that grew up with those traditions, that grew up in that environment, fighting a culture that shaped him over the years? So are we going to witness a fight, a clash of tradition, culture, civilization, and the right thing to be done? Governor Solido, in the eyes of the storm, he has been doing so many wonderful things. I know the other time he was one of the governors who said, if you stay at home, I will lock the market for 7 days. And he locked the Onitsha market for 7 days until they came pleading to say, please, we will not stay at home again. Biafra will not determine, IPOP people will not determine our fate. We will not try it again. And now he's coming up with his saying, no more expensive gifts during burials. And people are saying, why?
Before then, he forgot that he also stopped the fake prophets.
Yes. He stopped the fake pastors. He said, come up with fake prophecy and you end up in jail. Even the herbalist. But he dresses like a traditional man.
No, it's just his red cap.
But that's a tradition.
Yes, but not traditional.
Why didn't he wear a suit?
No, not traditional at the extreme.
No, what I'm saying, why didn't he wear a suit?
That I'm telling you.
And my question is this. He dresses like a chief.
Yes.
Either a full chief or semi-chief.
Yes. Where's the no, just simple Ishagu.
What I'm saying that, but this is what an Igbo man is being identified with.
Yes.
That's when you know that this is an Igbo man. So if he's that Oiboish, why is he not wearing a suit?
No, he's not fighting traditional hook, line, and sinker. That's not the get that suit. He's only fighting some of those.
But burial is a very, very sensitive issue in the southeast. And even in the south.
Excuse me, I'm not a party to burial. I'm from the south.
No, but you are not a party to burial, but you know that your people are very sensitive.
My father was buried for 3 days and we were butchering cows and spending money. Even when you don't have money, you can't borrow. Who made that tradition? Who made it?
You people.
Not you people. The Bible says, let the dead bury the dead. The Bibles, where Igbos are not predominantly Christian, the same Bible said so.
How can the dead bury the dead?
So what that means, whoever has died has died. You see this idea. Let me start by saying that I want to commend Soludo for taking governance to another level, trying to address those issues that seemingly not to look important. But it is very important because those things trickle down to development in a way the people don't know. Culture was made by man, not man for culture. Somebody stood up one day and said, let there be this, and it happened. Let there be this, and it happened. Somebody did it. And we keep saying change is constant. And we're not changing. The world is evolving. We must evolve. We must add one or two things. Yes, in as much as we are not going to throw our culture away completely. But however, we must also remove certain things that are not applicable. Now, they say the Persian dog is the fattest bone. Persian dog now
don't have bone.
Well, like some they will not
Most
see.
people see bone.
I was telling Abel the last week. I said the little drop of water make deep blue sea. Well, in today's century, you have to go and look for the sea
By yourself.
and jump inside. The little drop of water make it is not applicable in Nigeria because the water will not even turn to sea. It will not even turn to cup of water. I was making reference to the basketball courts he built in the debut. He said, the man spent millions. I said, yes, now if you want to do business, you jump into that business with big money. Gone are the days you want to do business and you say, let me start and grow. And you start with 200 naira. You have to have some basic things to kick off. If not, they will strangle that business. Now, let me go back to the issue. This issue of tradition and custom in respect to expensive gifts make people to do all sorts of things, desperate to make money, makes people to be competitive.
But let me ask let me even ask you, back to the culture. Why is your culture celebrating the dead? Because they will tell you it's a celebration of life. Meanwhile, the person is dead. So I don't understand.
Life was spent when he was alive.
Yes, that's what they say. Is that what they call it? Celebration of life.
I don't. Well, sometimes why people celebrate people.
No, I mean talking about your people. Why do they celebrate the dead?
Yes, because sometimes in as much as I don't really cherish it, because when the person was alive, some of them they never enjoyed as much as their burial. Some of them are even enjoying why they are dead. You are dead and they are burying you a casket of 1 million.
What's the dead here?
And the dead is dead now. That's why it's called dead.
So
you are not even seeing it.
You will not know whether you built
your spirit is looking at yourself being laid in a casket of 10 million naira you never saw. You never touched, you never spent. For me, it's not rational doing that. Instead of doing that, you see somebody burying a human being with an expensive car. Sell that car and go and pay school fees for other people that are alive.
But how did you people arrive at that point?
Somebody created that culture. Somebody came up one day and formed the egusi soup, and we're eating it today. Did we know how it started? It's a science, it's a chemistry that somebody cooked up. This is how these things work. And it keeps going there. And then now today we're having different research in food. People are coming out to prepare all kinds of things and name it all kinds of things. So people are changing. But some cultures have limited development, and I'm going to go there. Okay. I've visited a village where they came to bring let me not call the name, a particular telecommunication mast. Okay. And the villagers said they don't want. There are some places in Delta states, in some states too. You want to construct road, they will tell you that now ancestral
road
land be this. You know, go do road pass here. There's a village in this Abuja called what's it place called? Somewhere around inside Kuje. Okay. When we went for a program called TFD, Theatre for Development. Okay. That was a final year project. We stayed in that village. And because of cultural differences, they brought transformer and pole wires. Because the transformer was kept in the place belonging to the Gejes, and then the pole wire was kept in the land belonging to the Baggies, they refused to, to construct, bring electricity there. Because they were clashing, their cultures those ones were clashing. Those ones were more to be traditionalists, the other were Christians. So the school was built in the Baggy place, so the people in the Geje don't go. The people from the Baggies don't visit the Gejes, clinic, what I call the healthcare center, situated. And this culture.
So the fight has taken turn even on their health.
We were able to solve that problem. How? And we came. After we mixed up with them, dressed like them, we're not looking sophisticated like this. And guess what? We saw an Igbo man selling provision shop there.
As usual, doing his business.
These Igbo people, I don't understand how we were made. And Igbo man was there.
The one in my local government, in spite of the Boko Haram, he's still there. So he's going nowhere. In fact, when I wanted to send somebody money, I now saw his name, Eze Chukwu. I said, Eze is still in Dobwa. They say he's still in Dobwa. I said, what about his job? He said, he has built it back.
Continue.
He said that Boko Haram will not remove him from here. No matter what happens, they will remove him from here. So I'll remain here. And another one chemist. In fact, he's the saving doctor now. Moving from one.
He's the healthcare center.
He's moving from one. And that tells us the the value that the average Igbo man gives to every society that he finds.
In fact, the Hausas always say that wherever you go and you don't find an Igbo man there, that place is not good.
It's a no-go area when it comes to business. Now, bad market.
Even in front of Sudan and South Sudan and South Sudan, the Igbo man is selling.
He's selling as they are fighting the war. He's selling. He's selling things for them.
So back to what I was saying, and this whole issue, we're able to gather information and then we put it in the form of a drama.
Okay.
And we did a bonfire festival, invited both chiefs to watch that drama. They were watching what themselves, and they knew the issues we were portraying were the issues bedeviling them. And for the first time in 39 years, both chiefs hugged themselves and reconciled. And that was how we were able to bring peace and sanity to that. The next time we went back for oversight function to find out, they fixed the road, fixed the lights, and everybody.
So they abolished the.
Yes. Some of these cultures, somebody will stand up from somewhere as sort of quarrel between.
Okay, but let's come back to Soludo himself.
Yes.
There are people who will say, why didn't you do it in your first tenure?
What?
Why didn't you say ban expensive gift during your first tenure?
I will make an excuse for him.
No. Why did you ban it? If you had done it in the first tenure, maybe he wouldn't have won second.
That's why I said I will make an excuse for him.
Okay, so make an excuse.
The excuse is, in Igbo land, there's what we call uche na abia abia. That is, reasoning comes with time.
Okay.
You don't know
your reasoning didn't come 4 years. It's
even you as an MD. There's a decision you will take in 2031. You don't know yet now. As time
until I get to 2031.
progresses.
But my own is not political now.
Everywhere.
This one is political. There's a time frame.
No.
So you already know it here. So whatever you think you want to do.
Korocha came out and abolished expensive bride price in Imo State. Because we started having too many senior girls.
No husband.
No husband in their father's house. And it's leading to all kinds of clash, frustrations everywhere. And he came and discovered that
in terms of morality,
even development, people you have more. When women don't get married, men don't get married, population will deplete, and population is economy. Whether you like it or not, so you see the way it trickles down.
But was it sustained after he left?
I have not found out recently if it is sustained, but I think it's beginning to, it's working, because in my family now, I think it's become, people are now beginning to narrow it down to family thing. In my family, the man that married my sister did not bring any big money.
Okay. How much did he bring?
With family, so it's well, younger term.
So it's not a secret anymore.
But to me, it's a concern, you are pushing me to say something.
How culture, differs. In my own place, the bride price is given to the wife. As soon as it is collected, whatever it is big or small.
And we have access to know how much was paid.
I said it will be given to her. That is the rule. Straight to her.
Even the mother of the girl will not see. They don't dare you to sit down in that room. That room, elders will sit, elders are 12 or 13.
But these elders will not come when the hour gas.
No.
Yes, now.
In my place, they do.
Okay.
They do.
They'll come back.
In fact, it's more difficult to divorce in Igbo. The records are there. They wait for you or your children. There are certain rights you will not perform.
What about those who will not do traditional marriage, who will just go to court and get married?
In my place, records don't fade.
No, what I'm saying, if I don't go home, if I decide just to do a court wedding and then do a church wedding and go.
When you die, make sure they bury you in Abuja.
Okay, you don't come back home.
No.
Oh.
If you come back, you will do all those things again.
Okay.
It's as bad as if your father kills a cow for his father and he's a chief. When he's died and you didn't kill, you cannot eat cow meat.
They won't allow you to eat cow meat.
You can't eat. You must kill until you kill cow for your father. Your father that has been buried for 30 years.
So is that what we are trying to abolish? Is that what Soludo is trying to abolish now?
He has not gotten to that level, but I'm trying to say different strong cultures in our place.
Okay.
We are very cultural people who capitalize on it. There are some places where you must kill a goat and give to the king's men and give to Umuada, Umuopo, and they say the particular part of the meat where the number one head on that Umodis will eat. All those things. So I want to support him that because it's in line with the current economic realities now. So are you saying if I don't have expensive gift, I cannot come for I they call it what Ibanku? Ibaru, that is coming to pay condolences to the dead. After burial, you come to if I don't have anything, I cannot come and pay condolence. Is that what you are trying to say? So this unnecessary pressure that we put on ourselves in the name of culture, I think I want to support him Let him abolish those things. We don't need it. Who said we must bring gold, frankincense, and myrrh?
How will it be monitored? Because the governor is in the capital. How will it trickle down to those villages?
How did he
Who
win
don't
that?
even have access to
The same way he knew all the constituency that gave him votes. Is it not only in Nigeria they want to share NEPA bill? Even the closest village will get it. When it's time to share,
they know where to get it.
So leave Nigeria, leave our leaders. If they want to know, they know. They have when you hear structure, that is the structure we are talking about. They know everywhere. If it's just for him to make the statement, people will run with the vision.
For those elders, those village elders who have been used to this, who are custodian of this culture, how will they be viewing it, Olido?
Well, when you say elders, today, elder 2026, like my uncle Ifan is an elder now. That's good in Kaduna. They had a first class. So you can imagine kind of elder that you'll be. He's a Y2K elder. As against the elder that we used to have.
So I'm talking about the elder.
Those ones are beginning to, they are almost finished now.
But there will be few.
Those few doesn't have a voice because the elder now, that's why in Igbo land, part of it is your success rate too.
Okay.
You know, like you say, culture. Elder now.
Dynamic.
Yes. Elder now, you can be an elder. Yes, they can respect your opinion, but you also, if you're a foolish elder, sorry to say that, your voice may not count. Your trajectory, your history, your influence on people. Success does not mean naira and kobo alone. What did you do when you had all the opportunities? It matters in my place.
Okay, so before we come to character and how he brings you as an elder in the first place.
Yes,
maybe you run us through how does this burial, these expensive burials take place? Maybe for those who listen to us, who might just be listening to a Solida and they don't even understand what he's even saying and they just push it aside. How did he arrive to this decision? How expensive are burials in Igbo land? How expensive?
Very, very expensive.
From start to finish.
I think what he's trying to curtail is the fact that the king's men are taking advantage of it.
So it's a business.
Those ones that are domiciled.
Business model?
Yes, it has business undertone. Those ones that are domiciled in the village, who have not seen the four walls of township, they take advantage of it. And some of them are diabolical, they threaten you. If you don't do it, you go home and start before you see some mysterious. Right, that's what we call your local palace. Village people don't come here. Okay. We have our village Bluetooth, whether you like it or not, it's there. They will blow it.
And it will come.
Spiritual power a day. For those who believe in it, for those who are covered. So I think some porters are taking advantage of it. Okay. Real big boy. A big boy gets to the village, that is when you are the real big boy. So, and when they know you are not coming back home. But if your children happens to be alive and they participate in all the activities that goes on in the village, you can be justice can be tampered, mercy can be tampered. They will be flexible with you.
But tell her, what is the process like? The man dies, then what?
First of all, that's why I must categorize based on the.
That's what I'm saying. An everyday man.
The class.
No, everyday man.
The everyday man, of course, you get the casket. He can tell you how he wants to be buried. Okay. He can say, "Don't keep me in the mortuary, bury me immediately."
Yes.
Some can say, "Okay, when you keep me in the mortuary, okay, make sure that my last son that's not married marries before you bury me." And everybody wants to start going begging that one marry you. Papa say if you don't marry, you no go put that for ground. The spirit could they worry. All those kind of things. So the average way is one, they will keep you in the mortuary, they will fix a date, they will print a poster, they will bring canopies, they will bring musicians. These are basic things for basic normal man. Okay. You cannot escape these ones. Okay. You bring a canopy, you cook and drink. Of course, they'll be.
Do you need to kill a cow? Or kill a goat.
If it's a community where killing a cow is compulsory, and he killed for his father and him.
If he has not done
if
that.
not, you will not eat cow meat if they do that. For you to eat cow meat in that place.
But when I leave the place, I can eat cow meat.
I don't know. Yes, some people take it to the extreme. You can eat, but you can never kill cow. That's the way they put it. I can't give it clear. Okay. But you asked about the average person.
Okay.
Of course, the average person, there's chair, canopy, music, drink.
So it's not expensive.
Well, it's not. It must not be expensive, but there must be
some certain
reception. Rice, of course, and meat and the rest of them. Normal thing that makes the reception.
Okay.
It must happen. Based on what you can afford.
Okay.
And then of course the people who come there. There are certain rites you must perform. Maybe the kingsmen, the elders among them, that if you kill a goat, or maybe if that is what is, I know.
What if you don't have any child?
It will go on low key now, of course.
Okay.
They will just do it on low key. Your brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Because it is very difficult to somebody that exists in oblivion like that without anybody at all.
Okay.
No.
Now let's look at somebody who jackpot out of this country.
And then died there.
And he died there hustling. He doesn't even have a penny attached to his name. Maybe he lived in one of those tunnels that we watched some time ago. Maybe one, because a lot of people who jackpot ended up in those tunnels. They didn't end up in a good house. Most of them, I'm not saying all of them, but most of them, because we don't hear their real stories. So a man who jackpot died in those kind of tunnels. What happened?
Okay, before I tell you what happened, let me tell you a story that happened to my father.
Okay.
When my father died, we wanted to bury my father. They said, no, we're not going to bury my father. My father was a chief, was a title holder. Of course, we have to, and he had a lot of records. First man to be the blockhouse and all that, went to school and my village school. He was well respected. Okay. So, and the title to transcend to all of us, even though we don't want to her own village, and of course stayed in my father's house, who happens to be her younger brother. Then she was buried when she died at 80 something, and she was buried there. They said, no, we have to exhume her dead body and return it back to her husband because her bride price was not returned. That she's still somebody's wife. They call it itongo.
Her bride price was not returned.
Yes, she left her husband's house without the husband. People did not come out. It's okay. My sister, when her sister don't leave also, see the bride.
Why didn't they do that?
Well, I don't know. I didn't trouble.
Maybe she left angrily.
Yes, it doesn't matter. Like I told in Ebola, when the chips are down, records don't fade. Okay. They will track it to the letter.
And then they had to exhume her.
And they must implement everything that pertaining the culture surrounding that thing. We have to exhume her, take her back to her husband's place, brought a coffin, brought canopy, brought DJ, brought everything.
To another party.
Another burial, and bury her properly in her husband's place, because that is
after how many years?
After many years. Whether it is sand or bone, you see, you pack. In some cases, they invoke the spirit.
In quote.
And cock it in a bottle and put in a casket.
Those village, those elders, not Gen Z elders, the real elders.
They will do it. If the information gets to the village, they will bury him.
To take food out of their mouth.
What would they do?
What will they do? Are they going to blow him the Bluetooth?
Well, the highest Bluetooth is government too.
No, any Bluetooth can go.
My brother, government.
But let's look at culture.
You know, those things are myths and imagination.
Yes, we all agree that culture is dynamic. But there are people who are staunch cultural people.
Yes.
People who don't want to be detached from what they believe in. And that is what has kept them, going over and over. And when civilization begins to cripple or to, take away that...
Find its way into culture.
It is not going to meet a brick.
Definitely it's going to meet a brick. But it is going to collapse the brick. How is it going to collapse it? Because civilization is more powerful. Because civilization is time. Time is a mystery. That's why nobody knows the future. 100 years from now, if you go to the villages now, nobody's in the village again. This thing has caused problem.
Plenty.
You see this thing?
That's the global one now.
Hey, there's no village boy. There's no illiterate anymore.
Yes.
Okay. Few years down the line, we had classroom. Now we have home school.
All right. We'll take another break. And when we come back, we'll look at the sustainability of this ban. Yes, the governor made the announcement, but he has 4 years more to spend. So what happens when Governor Soludo leaves office? Will those elders come back, or will they continue with the ban after the ban? Welcome back. It's still the voices coming to you live from Politics and Business TV right here in the nation's capital, Abuja. Still on the banning of expensive gifts during burial. Now, people who watch Professor Soludo and say this Bature, this Englishman, Bature Nyamri, who is coming to teach us what we know, who grew up in those with that culture. What happens when a Soludo leaves power after another 4 years? What happens to this ban?
Well, I think...
is there a strong sustainability structure on ground?
Of course, he's a graduate of this economics or accounting in the University of Nigeria and Suka. Very fine one at that. Has his education in the Southeast before he left further abroad and the rest of them. And I want to believe that leaving office, government is continual. But unfortunately, in this part of the world, there's less continuity in governance. If not, Nigeria will not be where it is today. Another governor comes with his own agenda and abolishes the agenda of the government. So I see this fight against these cultural bottlenecks not lasting. It's not going to last because it's like the bed bug. If you have experienced bed bug in your house,
you will know.
You will understand.
You have to burn everything.
Bed bugs don't go easily. I have experienced bed bugs. I know what I'm saying. You buy all the medicine, fumigate everywhere, pour the hot water. After 3 weeks, you see one just
from nowhere.
From nowhere.
Okay.
So that's why sometimes it's advisable to just burn the mattress.
So are they going to be institutionalized?
Well,
some kind of documented and institutionalized.
Yes.
For it to be effective after he leaves office.
Of course. The reason why we still practice certain things in our culture today, because somebody held onto it and institutionalized it.
Okay.
If not, we don't know. Don't think that most of these cultural things have not been fought in the past.
They were fought.
They were fought. So like that, I gave the example of it.
From the main project, people with the kind of project and the kind of development that they need. For some people, they say this is just a diversion.
Well, culture and development work hand in hand. I said it earlier on. Culture has a way of storing.
Because we don't have a rundown of some of the projects that he has executed. What his legacy is.
Let's start with the fight against false prophets.
Yes.
Is that not telling on the economy of people? Somebody who sweat and go and give one man that is lying.
And telling him that he's seen a bright
God says the Lord. I saw. I usually only have eyes. Is
that not the stupidity of Nigerians?
No.
We believe in those fake prophecies.
No, it's not. See, there are vulnerable people. Because you are lucky to be smart. It's the same thing with politicians too. Are they not feasting on the vulnerable people too? Vulnerability can be natural and can be artificial.
Okay.
Poverty is one. The poverty in Nigeria, is it natural?
No.
Is it not targeted at something? The corn and the hen approach. And when the corn is done eating, when it's time to cut the fowl, you cut the fowl and chop the fowl. Is that not what the politicians are doing?
That's it.
So what are we saying? Playing with the chicken doesn't mean when it's time to butcher the chicken, don't butcher the chicken. That's what the politicians are doing. They play with your stomach. Policies, drive these things using policies. Culture too is policies in disguise. Local policies.
Fighting modern policies or government policies, as we say.
So these things are policies. The difference between the one was made in a roof, painted, called Assembly, National Assembly. One was made in the shrine.
And which one do they believe more? The shrine own?
But there are policies and governance. However, what Soludo is trying to do is trying to filter those ones that are not suitable now for our modern world now. That is not helping us vis-a-vis the current financial realities and economic realities of our time.
Okay, for those who it's also an economy for them, the burial economy. Yes, because you close that one economy to open another one.
I just explained all the angles of this matter.
Of course, because there are people across
the burial economy.
The burial economy. How would they be free? They are taking food off their mouth.
Well, I told you before that nobody likes you, hook, line, and sinker. Because the man selling coffee is also praying to sell more markets. So what is his market? Dead bodies. So
he's praying for people to die.
I've not seen anybody that will give you canopy free of charge. You pay. You know, so the burial economy has come to stay. It has come.
Soludo is fighting it.
No, he's not fighting it hook, line, and sinker. He's also saying, don't go to the extreme by suffocating. People's children go. They
go through hell.
When my father died,
how much did you spend?
My father?
You, I'm not saying your father.
I can't give you a account of the burial. When it's the father that dies. If it's the mother that dies, it's the first son.
Okay.
Do you understand? So it's the first son that owns the burial. Except a situation whereby the first son is not financially buoyant, he cannot pass the baton to the next person that has the money. But culturally, he's the firstborn. In fact, he sits in front of the ambulance and carries the picture of the man. Nobody holds that picture of the father. I don't have the right to touch that picture until the man is buried. My sister will be the one to hold it. So if I die now, when I grow old and die, my first daughter owns my burial. Automatically. That's how it is. So
you're grooming her already.
No, by the time she will grow, she will know now.
She will
carry the picture and dance. She'll be at the front of the casket when they are moving with the casket. The talk before that will come.
Okay.
To honor for Baba.
Okay. So the better economy is going to suffer.
The better economy is going to suffer, but the better economy has come to stay. It's not something Toledo can fight hook, line, and sinker. In as much as it's trying to fight a section of it, which is must you bring expensive gifts, especially burying people with expensive coffins.
Yeah.
He is of the opinion that there are issues around you. You are burying somebody with a coffin of 200 million in a community that have no standard primary school.
And he's used the 200 million in his name. Build a school in his name.
In memory of his name. I'm sorry, I beg to say. And then build up in a community that have no good road. That 200 million direct labor can do with a manageable road. Just to show off.
And then after the burial, vanity. Okay, so let's also come to those who look at the professor as in tune with the present reality, the Gen Z population. Now in our villages, the old people are fast living. We have empty villages across board. In the next 20 years, this same Gen Z will be the elders. And you are telling the Gen Z that there is a particular right that he has something he doesn't even understand.
I'm just looking at you.
Yes. So for those, there'll be this band is thinking well. I mean, for the Gen Z population, who everything revolves around the phone and AI.
Fortunately, it will not happen in this part of the world.
Why?
Because
Gen Z will take over the eldership. The elders will die.
No, you asked me why.
Okay.
Nigeria is not a country that is fast developing in terms of infrastructure.
Yes, infrastructure, but not culture.
Infrastructure, when you say village man and city man, part of it is the local setting, the way the place is looking. Nigeria is not going like Texas now or US now. We are not developing fast. There are some.
No, but what I'm saying that the reality today is this: our elders are living. The man who is 70, 80, in the next 10 years or 20 years, he might not be there anymore. I mean, if we have 10 people in a village today, in the next 10 years, we might find only one.
That is why I'm telling you.
Or we might find nobody.
I'm telling you the reason why some of these cultures will not die.
Why would they die?
Thank you. As long as we continue, the poor we must have, is even in the Bible. As long as we continue to have poor people with poor environment, because most of these cultures now, especially now, the custodians of those cultures are those ones that are poor in the village.
Okay, the poor people in the village.
Yes, and the one that is carrying this culture, holding it to, doing the masquerade.
That's why I said the economy itself.
That they are still in tune.
Okay.
Until Nigeria begins to develop like America now, where everywhere have street lights, good road. That is when you can start saying things like this. Go back to your village 20 years ago. You will still see thatch houses.
Even today.
I
still have thatch houses.
Those ones in those thatch houses are the ones that are still practicing those Ogunse, Omadi Ahase. They are the ones still doing it too. You are not doing it because you have been corrupted by the advent of Western civilization. You have visited Lagos. You have visited Abuja. You've seen street like, wow, light on the air. And people might say,
So are you saying that if we have development at that level, you are saying that those culture will not go?
Yeah, because they work hand in hand, though.
No, what I'm saying, if all our villages, there are villages that have lights today, they have internet facilities, they have good road, but they still have people holding on to their culture.
No, they are no longer village like that anymore. Even those villages you are seeing, those
modern villages.
Modern villages, not totally. In Nigeria, it's hard.
But they still have their culture, isn't it?
Yeah, they're not totally developed. I'm trying to tell you. Let me give you an example of what I'm trying to say. Let me put it another way. Have you seen a chief priest, shrine priest from the shrine before?
No.
It looks like his shrine.
Okay.
Ugly, dirty, smiling, no brush. Some chief priests have not brushed for 5 years in their life.
Why?
That is how their gods, they believe in, make them to look
smelly.
Yes, they're very scary. They've no comb. They've just slept with a woman.
They don't have wives.
They've not seen anything called child. When they say Abu, there's a boy in my state now. He ran mad. They took him back to the village because the oracle said that he is the next person to serve him.
He's the next person to serve the oracle.
So strong. Wherever you are, things will go bad for you. The Biovungu likes.
Among the family members.
It is the mother that will tell. This is the son the Biovungu wants. And sometimes the person is made to marry more than 2 wives to have many children because he will be taking one as
of his own children.
Yes, as competition.
Just to stay wealthy.
Yes, and he'll be the richest and he'll be taking care of all other siblings will be dependent on him to survive, including accommodation, school fees, everything.
They won't work?
You can't work and succeed.
But that can be normal.
You just be there, but you're dependent on that one. It's called Biovungu.
Wow. I went to a house and
I can go on and on with different cultures because I have traveled and I've seen culture.
I went to a house of a friend. He's a younger brother. And I saw something on the wall. And I said, what is this one on your wall? He said, when my father is about to die, he gave it to me. I said, gave you what?